everybody. I apologise I haven't talked to you for a while. Just busy with Christmas and things. I'm back in Poland. I came back on the 2nd of January. I have 2 new roommates. For today I thought I would do a fun little New Year's sort of video. I don't really make resolutions. It's not something I generally do. But I saw Jean from Bookish Thoughts do this video and I thought it was a really good idea. So I have shamelessly stolen it. I will link her video down in the description, so do go and check out her original video. But basically it is 18 things that I want to do in 2018. So number 1 is one that I try to stick on my list every year: travel more. I always like to go to 2 new countries if possible. If not, like maybe 3 new places, 3 new cities or 3 new villages or whatever, 3 new places. So 3 new places, 2 new countries. Last year I did this. I went to South Korea and I went to Laos. That was the other one. I'd already been to Poland before, so I don't know if this counts, but South Korea and Laos definitely count. So again, that's this year's goal. I don't know how realistic it is because I don't think I'm gonna have a whole lot of time / money to go on holiday this year. So I'm thinking while I'm in Poland, I'm gonna try and accomplish this one just by like seeing different bits of Poland. I would love to go to Prague while I'm here. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I would love to. So I feel like this is reachable. So yes, that's definitely my first one, travel more. Number 2, find a job where I am happy. Basically this internship only lasts 3 more months. So in March / April, I'm going to be back in the UK and I'm not going to have a job, which is very scary for me because I've always had a job since I was 15. I've never been out of work, and I have always had that constant money coming in and that sort of thing. So to not have that is terrifying. Like, some people are used to it, but all the way through uni and everything, like, I was never in an overdraft. I was always quite comfortable and very lucky, you know, that happened, but I earned it, so yeah. But I'm very aware of the fact that that's maybe not going to be a luxury that I'm going to have when I go back to England. At the moment, I don't have any big plans. I'm going to get a job and I am quite open to what I can do for now. I'm not bothered if it's, you know, retail or whatever, cafes, whatever. But as long as I can find something where I'm happy and I'm working with nice people, and I think that's the biggest one. Okay, number 3 is make the effort to see people. This is one that I have learned a lot while being in Poland. Most of these I've actually learned while being over here, if you know what I mean. So one of them is definitely an effort to see people. Obviously, being away from your closest family and friends, you miss them, and it makes you realise that when you're in a different country, how close they actually are usually. And there's no excuse to not meet up with people, you know, especially my friends in like my hometown. There's no excuse for that because we live like so close. But even friends, I have like a couple of friends in London. I have 1 or 2 friends in like Manchester. I have a few booktube friends that I keep saying, oh, I'll meet up with you, and I never do. I have a friend in York, which is like really quite close to where I live. So there's loads of people that I want to see, and I always say, oh yeah, I'll see you this year, and I never get around to it. And I, you know, if being Poland's taught me anything, is that, you know, they are really close. You can travel up and down the UK so quickly. I can be in London in 2 hours. I can be in Scotland in 2 hours from where I am. So there's no excuse, and I really want to make the effort and meet up with people, especially if I am jobless. I might as well make the most of that and, you know, make use of my free time and do it. Okay, number 4 is join my local library. I actually nicked this one from Jean herself because it's been something that I've been thinking about doing for ages, because I used to be a member of a library when I was a kid in my local little village, and I used to love it. Like, me and my mum always used to go to the library. We used to read books together and it was always really fun. I think it's good that if I was to borrow books, I have like a limited amount of time to read them, because I think it would motivate me to read them quicker. And yeah, I just want to get more involved in like the library. Goal number 5 is give blood. I gave blood for a good few years. I always liked enjoying, I always enjoyed giving blood, as weird as that sounds. I always felt really satisfied when I had given blood. And then I tried to give blood a couple of years ago in 2016, and just for whatever reason that day I had low iron in my blood, so they said, oh, you can't give blood today, but as a consequence they don't let you give blood for a year then, which is quite like extreme, but I suppose they have to. They can't accept like faulty blood. So I couldn't give blood then until 2017 in July. But then I was like traveling, and then obviously I got this job and I just never got around to doing it again. So when I go home, I definitely do want to start doing that again. Number 6, make the most of living in the UK. Again, it's something that Poland has sort of taught me, is that I really don't make the use of my weekends as much. And that's partly because I used to work Saturdays, so I couldn't really make the most of my weekends. Working here has taught me that even if you have like 2 days off or 3 days off, you can travel around and you can make the most of those days. I have a rail card, so why not use it? I have a car, so why not use it? As well, I just feel like I've travelled quite a lot in the last maybe 3 years. I've been to loads of different countries, but I still haven't travelled that far in England. I've been to like where I am, like the moors and the dales. I went up towards Newcastle a couple of years ago and down to London, but that's pretty much it. Like I don't know that much about my country. So I would like to definitely make the most of living in the UK, explore it a bit more. Number 7 is switch off. This is probably quite a popular one, but it's definitely something I want to do. I am not like the person who's obsessed with my phone anyway. Like I can leave it at home and not feel bad at all, but it's definitely something that I want to do when I get home. I like reading, I like writing, seeing people and going out, and going on your phone always prevents you from doing that, and I don't want to be a person who's always on my phone constantly like this. I want to be someone who goes out and, does things, even if it's going out to a coffee shop and reading a book. Like that, for some people that's no different to just sitting in a coffee shop on your phone, but for me it's different. And I do want to be less active on social media, as weird as that sounds. Like I'd still love to be more active on YouTube and things, but as far as just endlessly scrolling through Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, I would like to switch off a bit and just stop. Number 8 is cook more. Since living alone, I have enjoyed cooking my own meals. It's not always been the easiest thing because obviously living in a different country, you never really know what you're buying. So I think I would be a lot more interested in doing it in England at home. I'm sure my mum would love that as well. So yeah, it's definitely something that I want to experiment with more and improve. Number 9 is talk to people more. Now this is probably the main thing that I've learned while living in Poland, is that I always thought of myself as a very introverted person. I like my own space, I like being on my own sometimes, but actually living in Poland has taught me that I am a very chatty person, and although I am quite shy and quite quiet, I still love chatting to people, whether it be in the supermarket, if someone who serves me, just like a person in a lift, do you know what I mean? Just random strangers in the street, people in cafes and things. I'm gonna sound like crazy now, but it's just something I miss, and that's something you don't realise that you do until it's gone. Like obviously in Poland I can't do that because everybody speaks Polish, so it's like even when people are serving me, I can't say, hi, how's your day, and that sort of thing. And that is something I have really missed. It's just being nice to people, not being able to say anything other than hello, thank you, goodbye, can I have a bag please, is really limiting, and it's definitely something that I want to do more of when I'm back in the UK. Just, like I say, just ring people up more, talk to people more. When you're out in the street, when you go to Next and buy a shirt from Next, just ask the cashier if she's having a nice day and that sort of thing, which I always did anyway, I think, but I just realised that I do it now. And it's not until, like I say, it's gone that I've realised, oh my god, I did that a lot. Number 10 as well is make the most of my family, which is Again, quite an obvious one, but it's not something you really consider until it's gone. Obviously, I have never lived away from home. Even when I was at uni, I lived with my family home. So I have never been away from them from like a long period of time. So yeah, it's just, again, just like not being annoyed with like little things they do, making the most of going shopping with my mum and seeing like family a lot more and that sort of thing. Just, yeah, just making the most of family. Number 11 is Declutter My Wardrobe. Now this is something that's been going around recently on YouTube. A lot of people have been making like minimalist videos and videos of them like chucking their things away and all that sort of thing. And I definitely want to do this. I was gonna decorate my room back in like summer before I even knew about this job. But obviously that never happened because I was just so busy in summer, like traveling and then with this job and things, so it never happened. But when I go home, I definitely do want to do that. Alongside of redecorating my room, I would like also to chuck out lots of things, because again, what I've learned from being in Poland is that I brought, you know, one suitcase worth of clothes, which isn't a lot. Like, I do travel light, but it has shown me like what I've got, like 2 wardrobes and like loads of drawers worth of stuff. I do just think like, what am I wearing at home? Like, a lot of it is summer clothes, admittedly. I've got way more summer clothes than I do winter clothes. Just have a really good clear out and be really ruthless with my stuff. If I haven't worn it maybe for a year, then just get rid of it. Number 12 is support more independent shops. I have a lot of really nice independent places where I live, especially independent cafes. There's some really nice ones, and I just really like them, and I really like supporting them rather than going to Costa or Nero or something like that. I love going in the quirky little cafes and coffee shops. One of my favourites, it's a shout out, one of my favourites in my city is called the Artisan, and I just really love it. It's just such a sweet cafe. It used to be called the English Muse, but it's called the Artisan now, and I love it. It's got like art all over the wall, just such cute decorations, so cute, like music and things in the background, and it's like my dream to work there. Actually, I would love to work there. but yeah, just like support independent clothing shops and things in my city, and independent coffee shops, as well as charity shops. I have a couple of really good Oxfams as well in my city, and I really want to make more use of those. I definitely do want to stick to. Number 13 is see more films. I'm very lucky that my brother actually has a part-time job at a cinema. You can get people in for free anyway. So when I was in England, that's obviously something I made a lot of use out of. So yeah, it's definitely something that I want to do more of, maybe see more independent films, less blockbuster films. The next is write more, another one I've stolen from Jean, but one that I think applies to me. I haven't done a lot of writing since uni, and that's like, what, 3 years now? That is scary. Like, I graduated 3 years ago. Well, 3 years ago in summer, so 2.5 years ago, I guess. But yeah, I haven't really done a lot of writing since uni. I've done like the odd bit here and there, but nothing like in particular, and I really want to get back on it. Because it's something I really enjoy. Okay, so the next goal is basically see more live events. And this stems from last year in May or June, I think it was. But basically the Radio 1 Big Weekend was held in a hall last year, and I obviously live in a village near Hull, and it was like one of those things that I was excited for, but I didn't really think about. And then one day I was at work, and it was during Easter, so there's no one there, so I was just sat on the computer in the office, like didn't have anything to do. I was just like there because I had to be there in case like an alarm went off or something. And I remember thinking, right, this morning the tickets go on sale, like I'm not doing anything else, so maybe I should try for these tickets, because I knew they sold out really quick. So I did, and I got some, and I was like amazed. So I like phoned my mum up, and I was like, "Do you want to go see Kings of Leon in concert?" And she was like, "Yes," because basically Kings of Leon is one of our favourite bands. Mine and my mum's. She's got the CDs, and we always listen to them in the car, and they're always on in our house, and I love them so much. And they were performing at the Radio 1 Big Weekend, along with like so many people, like Clean Bandit, Lana Del Rey. Who else? Like there was so many, I can't remember. Was Katy Perry there? I think she maybe was there. Although she was there on the Saturday, we were there on the Sunday. But so many people, Little Mix, like there was so many bands and artists. Blossoms was another one, Bastille, Alt J, which I saw, amazing. So yeah, loads. But yeah, I basically got these tickets just like on a fluke, and I was like amazed because they're completely free tickets as well. So to see these big bands in our in this like nice country hall in Hull was really bizarre, but it was really nice. And me and my mum, I think back to that day, and we just had like the best day. It was such a long day, but the weather was perfect, like the music was great, we had some nice food, and me and my mum are like best mates, so we just like had such a laugh. And I think back to that day, and I just think it was like one of the highlights of the whole year. I just loved it so much. So I definitely want to carry on that to this year and see more live things. I would love to see more comedians live because I love doing that, and a few of them come round where I live, so that's always good. Yeah, so more live comedy, more live music, just more live events in general. Another goal of mine is to get back into my photography. I used to love doing photography because I did it at A-level and I used to love it. And obviously there's some photography that's involved in doing YouTube, but not like a whole lot. But I really love it, and I have so many cameras at home. Like my brother always laughs at me because I have like more cameras than anybody needs, really. I really do want to make the effort to go to nice places and take nice photos, make nice films and things, because I've really enjoyed doing that. Like, I know you guys probably prefer these sit down and chatty videos, and I do love doing them. But I also have loved, you know, while living in Poland, doing the more arty music sort of videos of the cities that I go to. So yeah, definitely be on board with my photography. My next goal is to be more active on YouTube. And this is one that I really do want to take seriously, because I do feel like the last year, or even maybe 2 years, if I'm being honest with myself, I do feel like I've let it go a bit. I still really love doing it, and there's no reason why I haven't been putting regular videos up. But when I look back to maybe like 3 years ago when I was at uni, I was doing like maybe a video a week. Whereas now it's like one a month, and I really hate that. And I really want to get back into it. I am aware that it's probably not going to happen in these first 3 months, which is a shame, because I would have liked to start like a new year, new channel sort of thing. But I definitely do want to keep making videos while I'm here if I have the time. And yeah, definitely when I get home, I really want to get back on with at least a video a week. Make the use of the time I have, and maybe that's like a good one to end on, is just like make the most of the time I have this year, because life is short. Anyway, those were the things that I want to accomplish in 2018. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know how entertaining this was. What are your resolutions, if you've made any? Do let me know in the comments, because I love hearing people's resolutions. I think it is so interesting. If you enjoyed it, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more from me, and I will see you in my next video, whenever that might be. Bye guys.